Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showing you 4 brand new shiny hunting methods in Pokemon Legends EA. These new shiny hunting methods are incredibly efficient for finding fast, quick shinies in Pokemon Legends EA. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, we're going to be taking a look at Rooftop spawns. So these are Pokemon that only really spawn on rooftops and not in wild zones, such as Dratinis, Riolus, Larvatars, those really rare spawns that are quite difficult to get as shiny Pokemon. Now this is the most efficient method to get these shiny Pokemon. A lot of people have been flying to and from these rooftop spawns by using cafes and stuff like that, but there is a much quicker, efficient method for finding these shinies than doing that method. Now I'm going to just use Dratini as an example because this is a really good way to shiny hunt Dratini. I did not find this method though. This was found by Bay Thief over on the r/Legends EA Reddit, so massive shout out to them. You can see on your screen right now that they did find a shiny Dratini and it only took them around 2.5 hours, but that was with loads of breaks and stuff. So this is by far the most efficient method to shiny hunt Dratini. I'm also going to show you a Larvitar route as well. With the rest of them, it's just going to be very easy to work out. You just basically have to get them to despawn, but it will make sense once you've seen this part of the video. So the location of this Dratini spot is right next to Restaurant Lénar, or however you pronounce it. You don't actually have to keep flying to it. It's just this bit here on Vert Sector 6. You'll know where you are because you'll be able to see this sort of, well, there's a Mega Crystal usually here, and then you've got this sort of, I don't even know what it's called, this sort of like block thing here. But basically, as you can see, the Dratini is over there. I'll just zoom in. Dratini is over there. You can see it bright as day, and then all you have to do is just literally keep running back over these stairs. It despawns. As you can see, it's not there anymore. I'm going to zoom in again. The Dratini has gone. I'm going to run back over here, and as you can see, the Dratini will then spawn again, and that will roll a different Dratini. So instead of flying and climbing ladders and everything, you don't have to do that. You can just literally keep running back over and over again. I'll keep going until I find an alpha, so you definitely know that obviously the spawns do change. And yeah, just like that, alpha right there has spawned. So you can see that the Pokemon is changing every single time. Now, obviously the sparkle sound will not activate because you are too far away, but you'll be able to see it's a shiny because it goes to pink instead of blue. So like I say, I'll do a couple more resets. So that's one, alpha's gone, run back over here. And then the Dratini will spawn again and then run back. There you can see it's not an alpha anymore. Run to it again, spawn it, and this is just so much faster than having to climb ladders and keep going to the. You get a Dragonair as well sometimes as well. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, sometimes a Dragonair will spawn. So even more of a reason to show that this spawn does actually change every time. So it's been Dratini, Alpha Dratini, Dragonair, and that is basically how you get shiny Dratini. It's the quickest method by far because you're not having to fly anywhere. You literally just run back and forth, and it is generally resetting that encounter. There's an Alpha Dragonair this time, so you can see that it is changing every single time. So like I say, I've not found a Dratini using this method yet because I've just, it could take hours. And for the purpose of this video, I wanted to get it out quickly for you guys. But as you can see, Bay Thief did find a Dratini after around 2.5 hours. So that is the Dratini spawn. Let's move on to Larvitar. Now I'm going to quickly show you this method for Larvitar, and then we'll move on to the next shiny hunting guide. But either way, for Larvitar, you want to be in this location here, right next to the Pokemon Research Lab. You have to use the Holo Veta to get up here. It is a side mission. It's the one where you have to give him like a drink, like fresh water or whatever. If you don't know what fresh water are, it's right next to the train station. It's like around here. There's like a store that sells fresh water and stuff. Either way though, give him a fresh water and you'll be able to access the Holo Veta and you go up here. And then Larvitar basically spawns over there where the kind of hedges and the bushes are. So for this one, you will have to climb ladders, which is a little bit of a shame because it's a little bit longer. But then you just run along this rooftop, and then as you can see, Larvitar will spawn there. So there it is. Really easy to spot, and obviously the shiny does change quite a little bit, which is useful because with this method, you need it to be a Pokemon that like changes shiny quite a bit because you obviously won't be able to hear the noise. So as you can see, it still hasn't despawned, so you do have to go down here. You have to jump down to around here and then go back up, and then it will change the spawn. So like I say, it's a little bit slower than Dratini, but then you can see there it's the different Larvitar. We'll keep doing this until obviously an alpha spawns, just so you guys can see that obviously it's a different spawn and stuff. But yeah, the whole point of this method is literally just to get that encounter to keep despawning, and then obviously every time it despawns, it will roll a shiny. As you can see, if I move back over here, another one has just spawned there. So you have to literally run down to this kind of like corner down here, which again is a lot faster than just flying to and from a different cafe or whatever. And then you climb the ladders again, and then you run over here. You'll know it's despawned because obviously it'll have disappeared. And then you can see there's a an alpha Larvitar right there. So that's the Larvitar method. So this route was found by Mag over on Twitter, so massive shout out to them because this is probably the best shiny Larvitar route that you can find in Pokemon Legends EA right now. There's methods for these rooftop spawns all over the place. You just have to find the sort of route to despawn it and then respawn it again. But that's how you easily get rooftop shinies in Pokemon Legends EA. Our next method for today's video are cafes. Now, this is very, very similar to the shiny hunting guide that I made very recently, where you just keep kind of like resetting the wild zone over and over and over again. But sometimes a certain wild zone will have a cafe inside of it. So wild zone 6, for example, has this cafe. Wild zone 15 has this cafe. And this is just basically easier than the sort of resetting the wild zone because you can see the shiny literally on your screen. So let's say you're going for this alpha shiny Houndoom. What you'll literally just keep doing is, just like you'd keep resetting the wild zone, you just keep resetting the cafe. So you literally just keep doing it like 10, 15 times or whatever, because every single time that alpha Houndoom will respawn and then will obviously roll as a shiny. And not only that, everything in the area will also kind of have a different role as a shiny. And obviously Meditite spawns here as well. You have an alpha Pikachu up here, which is also very cool. Now, I don't know if this despawns or respawns every time. There's a little bit weird about rooftops. You have to kind of like be on the same level. But as you can see, there is an alpha Pikachu up there. So I'm not sure if that is in the radius because, like I say, rooftops are a little bit weird. But the alpha Houndoom, like I say, will change every single time. So this works for these Pokemon. Obviously the Meditite, stuff like that. Everything in this radius, very similar to the sort of like Wild Zone reset video I made. And that's literally all you have to do for this method. Like I say, if you're looking for a specific Pokemon and it's right next to a cafe, it's absolutely perfect to do. You don't even have to check it every time. You can literally just reset 5 or 10 times and then look over to the Houndoom, see if it's shiny. If not, then you just keep resetting. Again, you can check the Meditites, you can check the Pikachu, you can check everything that you want, really. It's a very, very efficient method. I'm also going to show you a shiny hunting reaction that I actually got from doing this method. It isn't the Houndoom or the Houndour, but it is absolutely bonkers. I'll show it on the screen right now. I guess there will be DLC for this game, and do you think there will be a new area in the DLC? There'll be new areas because we'll be going, in my opinion, we'll be going through wormholes, and then that'll be like sending us to different locations. So, a reward for sniping the Snova. Sniping the Woodoo. Is that a shiny Pikachu? What is it? A Meditite? I heard something. The shiny look is just scary today. It wasn't Pikachu. Is it out the wild zone? It's a Bellsprout. I see it down there, little Bellsprout. How the hell do we get to that? Because I didn't get a shiny in the zone. I don't even know what's going on! What's going on? What? This is ridiculous! How? This is ridiculous! This is ridiculous! This is ridiculous, chat. They're finding me. They're shiny hunting me. This is ridiculous. Just walking down the street, getting that Bellsprout, and then Fletchling's like, hang on a minute, mate, don't forget about me, pal. What are you talking about? And then the exact same principle is applied to Wild Zone 15. There is a cafe in here, and as you can see there is a ton of spawns that spawn around Wild Zone 15. You got like Gorgeist, you got the Whirlipedes over there as well, you got the Scolopedes, stuff like that. The only issue is obviously every time you see an alpha and it kind of like starts an attack with you, you won't be able to reset. So this cafe is a little bit more difficult because every time you spawn, if you do move, like I say, it will mean that you can't fast travel again until you've got like that kind of red eye away from the screen. But as you can see, I'm just resetting back to Cafe 15 every time. And like I say, Whirlipede pops up over there, Scolipede pops up over there, Beedrill if you want a shiny Mega Beedrill. But like I say, if you make the slightest movement and that red eye does pop up, it's a little bit unfortunate. But if you are looking for a Scolipede, an Alpha Scolipede, Alpha Whirlipede, whatever, then yeah, Wild Zone 15 with a cafe, really easy. Like I say, it's the exact same as the other method, but you can see it straight away. You don't have to go into the Wild Zone to see it. It will just literally be on your screen every single time. So yeah, that is the cafe method for Pokemon Legends EA shiny hunting. Coming up next, I'm going to be showing you the bench method. You may have seen this already, but it's basically soft resetting the spawns, but by using a bench. So it's quite similar to the cafe spawn that I've just spoke about, but this time you are using these benches instead. So let's take Wild Zone 3, for example. As you can see, there's a bunch of Pikachus here. So maybe I'm soft resetting for a Pikachu. All you literally have to do is just kill time, and then and that resets the day. And then obviously a bunch of new spawns do pop up as well. So it's a little bit slower than the cafe, obviously, because it has to play this mini sort of cutscene every single time. But that is that's kind of a way that you can get around certain Pokemon and stuff. Or maybe if you're hunting something that spawns outside a Wild Zone, like Trubbish, or something that spawns next to dustbins and waste bins and stuff like that. If there's a bench nearby a certain Pokemon that does that, then obviously you can just keep doing that. There is also a way to like cheese this as well. If you do have a turbo controller, I don't have it unfortunately, but if you have the controller that just keeps pressing A, you can literally just put the rubber band down and then just turn your turbo controller on to keep pressing A, and then you can literally just AFK these benches, so it just keeps clicking A every single time. And then obviously when a shiny does spawn, because it doesn't despawn, you know it's going to be there. So it's very similar to, like, say, the other Wild Zone 3 sort of method where you're just running up and down the building. But you kind of need a turbo controller for it, which obviously not everybody does have. But as you can see, the spawns have reset once again just by doing the bench method. So, like I say, you can apply this to Wild Zones. You can apply it to anywhere really in the world where there's a bench, as long as it's near-ish to the Pokemon that you obviously are soft resetting, like I say, a Trubbish or something. Then yeah, that is another method you can use. And like I say, you can AFK it as well if you do have a turbo controller. But either way, that's the bench method. You've probably seen it already, but that is the third shiny hunting method that I wanted to go over for today's video. The final shiny hunting method that I wanted to go over for today's video is night and day soft resetting. So as you can see on your screen right now, there is a message that pops up at the top when it's about to hit nighttime, which says night is falling over the city. When you see this message, you want to be near the Pokemon that you are soft resetting. So for this example, I'm going to use the Alpha Whirlipede in Wild Zone 5. So when that message has popped up, save your game. Because luckily, when it turns from day to night or night to day, it doesn't autosave. So basically, once you've saved the game, and then obviously it changes to night, as you can see on your screen right now, it will play the cutscene, the exact same cutscene that plays when you're bench resetting, whatever, just literally when it's going from day to night. That Whirlipede will change as a spawn, because when night changes to day, it will reset the spawn. So as you can see, Whirlipede is there, it's not a shiny, so all I'm going to do now is soft reset the game. When I soft reset the game, I will be brought back to that point where it's just about to turn to night, and then it will obviously play that cutscene again, and then I will get another encounter with that Alpha Whirlipede. So this is very useful for shiny hunting absolutely any Pokemon. Obviously, you can do this with the rooftop spawns. It's just a little bit slower than the method I already showed you at the start of the video. But as you can see, it changes to night, and then obviously it changes the spawn, and then you can see if it's shiny. If not, you just soft reset. So like I say, it can be used on any Pokemon at all in the game that is shiny huntable. You literally just save next to it when it's about to go from day to night or night to day, and then it will play that animation. And then if it's not the shiny, you just soft reset. I definitely recommend getting it as close as possible to the night-day kind of change. You can see it in the top left, there's like the circle that goes around the map. That shows how long is left of the day or the night. So you want to get that as close as possible to it resetting the day, because obviously it would just save you seconds when soft resetting. So all I'm doing right now is just saving it constantly. So I'll save it, go off the screen, save it again, go off the screen, and you're literally going to do that until it hits night. And then as you can see, I've just saved it there and it's just quickly changed to night. So that's like as quick as possible it can be, just to save you a couple of seconds. You know, it all adds up, especially if it's a long shiny. Remember, this is a 1 in 4,000 unless you do have the shiny charm, which is a difficult shiny rate to kind of get shinies with. But either way, now I've got it even closer to that day-night cycle. I will soft reset the game again. I'm going to load it up, and then you'll see pretty much instantaneously it will quickly change to night. So obviously I load my game back in, lost Pokeballs, whatever, and then boom, straight away, it then goes into the night. So it only takes like a second until that animation plays. And yeah, that is, like I say, a very viable shiny hunting method for anywhere on the map. Anywhere with a spawn, you can literally just keep doing that. So yeah, I hope this video helped. There is a ton of mini little shiny hunting sort of like quirks and methods you can do in this game, and this is definitely one of them. But if this video did help you out, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.